there, Peculiar One here, and welcome to Project One. We're going to just be making a simple dishcloth, but before we do, we have to get our yarn ready. We want to make a ball of yarn from the store into a ball of yarn that's ready to be knit with. And the reason why we want to take this ball of yarn and turn it into a ball of yarn like this, so you can examine the yarn. You want to make sure there's going to be no imperfections. You don't want to be in the middle of your project and find a gigantic, massive knot. It just wouldn't be good. You'd have to take time out of knitting, first of all, just to fix a knot that could have been prevented if you would have gone through it the first time. Also, if in the middle of a project you find a gigantic tangled mess that you can't get undone, you're going to have to cut the yarn and make a knot yourself, in which case your project will then have a knot in the middle of it and the work wouldn't be perfect, although no one's work is perfect, but you want to do your best. So, and sometimes I've brought yarn home from the store and I was lazy and I didn't turn it into a regular old ball of yarn. And I found that somewhere in the process of making this, it split, and somewhere in the factory or somewhere, wherever that was put together, there was a knot put in here, like not this one specific, but a knot put in. All that is yucky. You don't want that. You want good yarn. You don't want to be in the middle of a project and find a glitch. So I recommend, it's not the most fun part of knitting. It's mundane, but I feel like it's necessary. I recommend when you get your yarn home, just slip the packaging off, which I'm not going to do with this one. Slip the packaging off. In the center will be a pull, and it's really super easy. Here, we're just going to pretend this is the pull, although this is already a yarn ball. I'm going to show you how to make one, just in case you don't know how. Fold the yarn between your pointer and your thumb. Here, I'll turn around so you can see what I can see. Hopefully you can see. Just start wrapping. Now I started with my pointer and I snuck my thumb in, but you don't have to. Once it starts getting big enough, pull it off and pinch it. Start wrapping that. Then pull it off and pinch it. Wrapping that. And as you can see, it's a funky shape, so you want to continue to pull it off and pinch it and wrap it. Continuing to pull it off and pinch it and turning. I guess that's part of the key to making a nice ball. Because you do want it to be a ball, you want it to be easy for the yarn to come off. You don't want to create problems in making sure there isn't any in the first place. So that's basically all there is to it. Hoping you can see. I can't see what you can see. So there you go. As you can see, this yarn that I'm working with is moving. The color is moving from, right now it's orange to yellow, from yellow to pink, from pink to orange. That's called self-striping. Maybe you already knew that. It took me a while to learn terms like this. I just thought I'd share them with you. So it's not the most fun part. It probably would seem very mundane. I'm going to try that one again so I can chat to the camera. It probably seems very mundane, but it is really important because you want to have good yarn. If you find your yarn has an imperfection in it, take it back. Totally unacceptable. Any store you buy yarn from is going to think the same thing too. You don't want to buy yarn that has a problem in it. It's going to make a problem for your work. Another thing I like to have, my ball keeps getting away from me. If you have any of those gift bags left over from the holidays or your birthday, it's nice to put this ball in the gift bag so that doesn't happen. My ball of yarn doesn't keep getting away from me. I usually do that. I should do that next time. But anyway, something I like to have with me when I'm knitting is a nice tall glass of water. Not because knitting is vigorous work, but it's good to drink water. And so when I'm sitting at any lengthy period of time, I like to have a nice tall glass right there reminding me that I should drink it. And actually take time out of whatever I'm doing and sip. Like so. So anyway, something I like to have by me when I'm knitting. I also like to have my chapstick by me when I'm knitting. I'm a major big chapstick fan. I don't have my chapstick by me right now. I like to sit and watch TV while I'm knitting. If my project requires me to count stitches and really pay attention, watching TV while I'm knitting isn't going to help the knitting process. I like to listen to the radio. I like to listen to music. I like to watch my children play. So, lots of things you can do while you're knitting. I'm trying to figure that out as well. I'm not very good at knitting in the car while my husband is driving because I get car sick. That's kind of a bummer. But, it doesn't stop me. Sometimes I do it anyway and I just put up with a stomach ache afterwards. But it's not usually worth it. I want to show you as I'm going around and the ball of yarn is getting bigger, my thumb is kind of hiding. Take your thumb out, place it back, and turn the ball of yarn. You might even want to try and turn the ball completely, place your thumb in a different spot. And I hold the ball of yarn, my thumb and my ring finger, while my pointer and my middle turn the yarn. Turn the ball gently and slowly around. And as you can see, the thumb is hiding because I'm kind of covering it a little bit. Pull it out and replace it. Or replace it big time, and you can even change the direction of your yarn. Using it, you can make it a tighter ball. So it really is super easy to do. And it might not be your most fun part of the whole entire project, but like I said, it's really important to make sure the yarn you're working with doesn't have any flaws. Because if it does, your finished product is going to have flaws. And you're spending good money on your yarn, so you don't want to be buying yarn that has flaws. Now, of course, this Lily's original sugar and cream yarn that I'm using for dishcloth, that I'm suggesting you use for the dishcloth, it might only be like $1 and change. It's probably not going to cost you more than $2 for a little 95 yards cotton yarn. But that's still $2 well spent if you know for sure the yarn is good. Now, I'm almost at the end here. And there you have it. A ball of yarn. So now you're ready. Again, I posted before on the previous post. If you're interested in knitting along with me, and you're interested in either of these two colors, we have Pastel Delight or Guacamole. Let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I will send one to you, only to the first one who asks. The first person who asks, they say they want Pastel Delight, or maybe they want Guacamole. It will arrive at your doorstep. Also, what you're going to need to make this dishcloth is size 8 US knitting needles, or 5mm. I'm not sure what the MM stands for. I'll have to find out and let you know. If you know, leave a comment down below and tell me. And if you need these knitting needles, leave a comment down below and let me know. And I'll send them to you. Only to the first person who asks. In the meantime, I hope that you enjoy making the ball.